Today on the Web Masters.
Ken,
how are you?
How you doing?
Good to see you.
You know the saying, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
So the news came out and I thought, the best thing to do was to own it.
Ken and Ed stop in at Lynch's Irish Pub in Jacksonville, Florida.
You did everything right. My advice is always to be truthful.
To help General Manager Keith do a reputation reboot.
They haven't spent any time updating any of their social profiles.
We definitely have a good task ahead of us.
I appreciate your help with this.
That's what we're here for. Cheers!
That's next. For over 25 years, Ken Wisnefski, CEO of WebiMax, has built digital companies from the ground up.
The internet has really become involved in every aspect of our life.
And all along the way, he shared what he has learned. But now he's going a step further and helping brands and businesses become more successful.
This is the starting point.
From search engine optimization and social media to digital advertising and reputation management, he helps companies make more money.
As it scales, where will our budgets be?
The job is never easy, but the work is always fulfilling when the ultimate goal is to help people and their businesses win. This is the Web Masters.
We're down in sunny Jacksonville Beach, Florida on a visit to Lynch's Irish Pub, a longtime staple of the local bar and restaurant scene. Their general manager, Keith, reached out to us because in the early days of the pandemic, Lynch's became an international news story following a COVID-19 outbreak that was linked to their establishment. And the pub, its reputation has never fully recovered. Keith?
Ken,
How are you?
how you doing?
Nice to see
you.
you. How are you?
Good, sir. Good. You?
You remember Ed?
Hey, Ed. Good to see you, my man. Very well.
Good, thanks.
You're welcome, guys.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
It's great to be here. As I told you, my wife went to Jacksonville University. It's amazing to actually be in Lynch's. Congratulations on winning Best Irish Pub in Duval County, which is quite an honor. But obviously, wanted to talk about everything that we already kind of have a little bit of an idea about. But tell me a little bit more about everything that's going on.
Well, first of all, Ken, thanks for the kind words. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
We've been here since 1994. We have 50 employees. We do food. We have entertainment 7 nights a week. We have a really loyal customer base. And anybody that's been here from outside of Jacksonville, even people from across overseas, have really enjoyed the place. It's almost a year now, Ken. In fact, it was last St. Patrick's Day, which is a coincidence or an irony, that we had to close down on that day.
Okay.
We had a few customers say they got sick. I had one of the customers call up here, and I instantly closed because she said she gotten sick here. I didn't know if it was one of the staff members or one of the customers. I don't even know if she got sick in here. But that's the whole mystery behind this disease, is like a lot of people don't know how long people are asymptomatic, things like that. We did what we could as far as trying to protect our customers, our staff. We have sanitizing stations everywhere. We were wearing masks, distancing the tables. We even took a lot of the bar stools away, keep people 6 feet apart. We're in uncharted waters here, and protocols that evolve on a daily basis.
Sure.
So the news came out and I thought, the best thing to do was to own it. Yeah, people got sick here. Yeah, staff get sick. Do we know the causation? No. But by actually admitting and telling the truth of what happened, I think we got an even greater negative impact, especially on social media. I get 5, 6, 12, 20 bad reviews and it can ruin my business. It was completely an international story. I have family in Ireland and the UK, so they say we made several newspapers over there, and I believe we're on BBC.
Yeah, a lot of times what we see is stories that start out with truth, right? End up taking on a life of their own. By the time it kind of circulates now through social media, that story has evolved so much, much more damaging, or the information that's really there is shared and isn't accurate, right?
True.
But you did everything right. My advice is always to be truthful. My advice is to always tell the truth, because the reality of it is the trust that you have from the people that have come in here and had a great time and really enjoy being part of what you have here at Lynch's. When that trust isn't there anymore, that changes the dynamic. What our goal always is in these type of situations is really to kind of come in and be able to help present Lynch's for truly what it is. Truly the type of establishment that it has become since 1994. All the fun times people have shared here, all these things, and really have it defined by that, as opposed to just being defined by this one moment of time.
You know, you have such a strong brand on social. You have over 12,000 followers on some of your platforms and everything. What we want to do is take that and use that as a message board for ownership management to tell their side. You know, to get your message, your tone out there, and kind of what you've done and the precautions you've taken internally. Some of those platforms even allow you to put a COVID cleaning or a COVID update what you're doing.
The facts, your menus, your basic overview about that, your social media, and will ultimately restore where you were before and grow from that point, and that's where we'll focus on.
Fantastic. Appreciate your help with us.
Yeah, no, we're excited to be on board.
That's what we're here for.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It was great seeing you.
Good
We're
to
here
see
to
you.
help.
All right, thank you.
Great.
Good
Thanks,
to see you.
Keith. Have
Cheers.
a good day.
Yep.
Working with Keith at Lynch's is something that's really near and dear to my heart. As a business owner, so many businesses come across these times of crisis, and the ability for us to really be able to not go back and rewrite history, but really be able to show businesses in their truer form and the reality of really what goes on there every day is something that I take a lot of pride in being able to do, and helping someone like Keith get through this situation and ultimately this crisis is something I'm really proud of. Keith's situation is one that we can help him with, but the challenge is definitely a daunting one. We're talking about page one Google results full of news stories that are essentially all negative.
But then you also have in the news section and some of the reviews we got to look at as well.
I feel Keith did everything right. He was honest, he was truthful about what happened, so our focus is really going to be to repair those page one results.
We definitely have a good task ahead of us.
They haven't spent any time updating any of their social profiles. They just don't have that time. Being able to work with them and really be able to show the business for truly what it is, not this blip in time, is really what our focus should be.
I'll get meeting with the team. We'll start putting together a strategy and execute.
Awesome, let's do it.
Perfect.
Hey guys, how are you? Hey.
Hey guys. Hey Al, how are you?
Nice to see you. How's it going?
I'm enjoying this Florida weather, man. It's beautiful. Hey Angie, good to see you. How are you?
I'm just enjoying
Good,
the weather.
good.
Beautiful out here, isn't it?
It is. So we're actually just coming from Lynch's in Jax Beach. Now I know you guys have talked about that place a lot.
Oh yes, we love Lynch, right? Lots of memories.
It was a cool spot.
Yeah, it's a staple here. I wish them all the best.
Don't let them go anywhere.
No, please.
I doubt they will be. Well, I know we're going somewhere. Let's go get some lunch.
Nice.
All right, lunch.
So your business got a bad review online. So what do? Just ignore it, right? Absolutely not. That's the worst thing you could possibly do. The best thing you want to do is be able to respond almost immediately to any sort of negative feedback that comes from your consumers. You want to be able to let them know you care about their feedback, you care about their opinion, and write them back. Let them know that you want to do better and find out what those challenges are so you can show that you're continually improving your business and listening to what your customers want.
Upon returning to New Jersey, the WebiMax team deploys a multifaceted strategy to address Lynch's reputation challenges. They update Lynch's social accounts and claim any unused ones to promote both safety protocols and the pub's new offerings. They also do a follow-up interview with Keith as a basis for an article and press release to help promote a positive, fresh narrative. As the new measures start to generate positive online traction, Ken and Ed head back to sunny Florida to follow up with Keith.
How are you?
Gentlemen,
Great to see you.
welcome
How's
back.
It going?
Yeah,
Thank
good
you.
to
Thanks
see
for
you
being
too.
back.
Oh, good to see you, man.
Likewise.
Can we start you off with a little beverage before we get down to business?
We're at Lynch's, of course.
Oh, you got. Oh, well, it's mandatory. You drink. Yeah, we don't serve water here. I'm sorry.
That's all right. We're not opposed.
Couple of beers coming up.
Sure,
All
absolutely.
Thank you.
right. Here we go, gentlemen. 2 of our famous frosty pints.
Well, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. And thanks for having us back. We wanted to come back and give you an update on everything that's kind of transpired since we last met. So we've spent some time doing what we call our reputation management service. And basically what that is really kind of reestablishing your brand. And by doing that, what we really did was spend some time on your social profiles, making sure that they were updated, making sure that they were getting the prominence that they should have related to your brand. So when people are Googling your brand or they're doing a search for, you know, a restaurant or a bar in Jacksonville Beach, Jack's Beach, you're coming up, and what's being displayed really is a lot more in line with the nature of the business that you have here, such as winning the best Irish pub in Duval County, as opposed to some of those negative results that had come up before.
Before, when we were to search your brand, as we talked about, your Twitter profile was all the way back on page 2. How many times do you go and try to find something on page 2? Never.
Never, yeah.
We now move Twitter from page 2 up to page 1. When you do your tweeting here in-house and everything, now that's on page 1. So that's amazing. What we've also done is we claimed your Google business profile. That allowed us to maybe interact with some of those other reviews that were less favorable. And we started to actually shift that to have more favorable reviews for you and everything. So that's a huge win.
Yeah.
We were able to put some info on there about you, how you've done social distancing, QR codes to have menus done and everything. What we've also done is we sat down and did that interview process, as you remember,
Yes.
with our team. So we took that content, we wrote a great article. That article is on page 1 of Google, but when you search for the brand, but then also it's showing up in the news section as well.
Wow.
So now it's taking some of those stale dated articles from last year, from St. Patty's Day through August of last year, it's pushing those further back, and now you're sharing your side of the story. You're sharing your experience of what you've done and what your staff's done to make your customers feel that much better.
That's fantastic. I've noticed a turnaround in business. I also think that consumer confidence has improved just from a positivity factor and people getting that warm and fuzzy when they review us or when they look us up online. Really appreciate what you've done.
No, listen, we really appreciate it, and for us, it's really rewarding for us to hear you say that you're seeing that kind of benefit from it. You're seeing that positivity, and you're on the track that you were before, and it sounds like it's only nothing but great things for you moving forward. So
I love working with you guys. It's probably one of the best partnerships I've ever had, and long may it continue. Thank you so much, my friend.
thank
it's
you
always
very
good
much.
to see you.
Always good to see you,
And you
and we could certainly drink to that.
All right, snatch it.
Thank you.
Cheers.
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 Yeah.
It is so great to be back here. I love this place.
This is fantastic. I'm so glad we could help them.
Glad you guys made that down.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.